Hey everybody! If you are interested in Star Wars and the old school Battlefront games, then please take a look at my new Battlefront Max channel, which you can find in the description down below. Every 2 days, I upload a new review of an awesome map or mod for this timeless classic and provide links so you can immediately pick up and play. Hopefully see you there on the channel, and also don't forget to take a look at some of my other channels, like the Kanoa Reviews channel, where I review games both old and new, and where you can even send in suggestions or requests on games that I will review. Thanks again, and enjoy the rest of the episode. One of the airfields in the hands of the UNSC was about to be under attack from the Galactic Empire. This assault had been planned for a while, and was initiated after Darth Maul had taken care of possible reinforcements for the UNSC. But luckily, the units that were stationed at the airbase itself were battle ready, and a handful of Scorpions moved out towards the perimeter. Accompanied by Warthogs with AT weapons, they would face their enemy head-on. Palpatine had sent out a massive amount of AATs towards the airfield. These tanks were ancient, and used in some of his first conflicts, but they were cheap to make, and he hoped that a higher number of these tanks would rule supreme over the few Scorpions. Hey everybody, and welcome to another episode. Today we have finally another confrontation with the Scorpions, as they are now for the first time going to clash with the tanks from the Star Wars mod, the AATs, which unfortunately are the only tanks that are included in their mod. There are still some other surprises, including some walkers, etc., that we will see in the future. But in terms of actual tanks, this is pretty much it. Now there you can already see one explosion. You can see the tanks to my left already engaging. I am both controlling the gunner and driver. So, oh, we have unit on the right. That's one hit. They can actually take multiple hits. They're pretty well armored in a sense. Reloading. Still reloading. Already blew up before I got the second hit in. I kind of was thinking of actually just being the driver, because again, even though it is cool to shoot them, the view that you get is quite limited. Ooh, look at that. There's someone even flying through the air. But there are some infantrymen here. You can actually see some droids. It will be a little bit laggy. Don't worry, it will fix itself very soon. As we drive over this little droid here. Roger, roger. But yeah, if you do the driver, the AI will sometimes prioritize shooting the infantry, and it will not be as cool. Whoa, they just shot very much next to me. Got a hit in. Need another hit. Still reloading. Nope, he survived that. I'm getting hit. You can actually see quite clearly I've been hit multiple times. I have not even been damaged to the point where I'm orange. There we go. Boom! And immediately another AAT is coming. Look at that. We're getting hit. The AATs are actually really weak compared to both the Scorpions and the Leman Russ, which of course to the Warhammer fans will not be a surprise. However, I was afraid for a moment that the AAT might be sort of out of proportion in terms of its defense. You can actually see a lot of our tanks, Scorpion tanks, are still intact. They have a lot more tanks than we do. Yeah, we are dominating them. The only ones that are a little bit vulnerable are the Warthogs. You can see there, one that's stranded. Its crew has been shot. Got a whole bunch of Scorpions here. And the cool thing is that the well, no, never mind. I won't spoil it. But as I was saying, I was afraid for a moment that it would be out of proportion, because I do remember putting a fight where I put World War II tanks against the AAT, and none of the World War II tanks was able to actually destroy a single AAT. And I realized that some people might say, well, isn't that logical? because World War II tanks are much weaker. But in a video game where everything is stat-based, that might not be the case depending on how the mod was created. That one might actually be intact. I think it is. I think it's stuck against them. Oh, there's a whole bunch there. Let's actually zoom in. Ooh! Got hit there. Ooh, look at that. They're trying. Ooh, they're moving out of the way. Their crew disembarked. Again, I've been hit multiple... Look at the crater that we're standing on. Hit multiple times. Not even dented! Not even dented. The Star Wars faction cannot take a break. Actually, they did get a victory, of course, with Darth Vader. But I think it is quite safe to say we are a lot of episodes in now. We are, I think, 20 episodes in. And I think it's pretty safe to say that, in terms of units, when it comes to the mods, that the Star Wars mod has the most trouble in this war. Though, again, much is saved for the UNSC purely by the Scorpions. And, you know, everything's well and dandy until a Scorpion meets something like a Titan. And then that probably couldn't even save them. But you can just... I'm taking hit after hit after hit. And don't worry, I didn't put my tank on being invincible. I mean, like all the smoke and fire that you see is all AATs burning out. Ugh. Slow turning. I mean, they're fighting pretty vigilantly. Oh god. That's one that actually also destroyed the gas station. Look at that. Sometimes they can handle more than one hit. There we go. That even made it fly. Let's clean this up. Now the weird thing is, though, this is what I want you to remember. This is the weird thing. So even actually, it might be the ATSTs in the battle where we had the AATs and the ATSTs fight against the Titan. Even though Star Wars, the Star Wars faction, the Galactic Empire, suffered a terrible loss, they were able to... I guess the water tower is in the way in terms of hitbox. But the, yeah, see, he cannot actually hit me as well. They were able to destroy or take down the void shield of the Titan, which I think says quite a lot. But again, it might actually have been the ATSTs that are a bit more powerful. But it's a dominating display. Oh god, what are we getting hit by? Oh, look at that. He's backing out there. Let's answer his plea, shall we? Oh, look at that. Being able to make it through that one hit. Let's see if he can take another. Absolutely not. Beautiful. Maybe if this would be something like a desert fight, they might stand a bit more of a chance. Because of course the buildings, you know, they create a lot of cover, some get stuck. But I think it's also safe to say, with how many times I was hit during this battle, is that they're just too weak. Now I'm sure they'll do a little bit of damage to us, I think, but I'm not entirely sure. The AATs were no match for the Scorpions. Despite an overwhelming number of units, they were not even able to destroy a single Scorpion. But as the Scorpions were now spread out around the field, green light was given to the Galactic forces for the second wave of attack as more AATs made their approach. Alright guys, Here we are with the second wave of the AATs. You can already see the battle that went on just now in the distance. The Scorpions dominated incredibly. I'm actually playing now as the gunner, and this tank cannot actually be controlled both by the pilot, with the driver, and the gunner. Oh god, that was close. So the AI is actually doing the driving. If we die, I will actually change to drivers of the other ones. This is the only one that has a gunner. I kind of directed the driver to go in a direction. He's not doing a super good job, but it's okay. At least we're not getting stuck. Trying to search for visions of Scorpions. I definitely see the smoke of probably all our units getting up there. This is where I was before with the Scorpion. There they are. Oh, I got a hit in though. Another hit. The big thing too is that with the decals, it actually looks like you're doing a lot of damage, but then you actually look onward and barely did anything. I don't know why we stopped. We're not stuck. Maybe because we started open fire, it automatically lets the pilot actually... Uh-oh, it's going right for us. I'm hitting it, of course, where it's most armored, but still. You can actually see it's using its machine gun turret. I think it's shooting on the battle droids. Again, look how many times it's been hit. It's not only me that's hitting it. If you can just take down one score... Oh, God! If we can just damage its tracks or something. Oh, he just got hit by something else, too. Oh, there's another one coming right ahead of it. Has his back turned. Ooh, that's one hit. Now for me too. Man, the AATs are screwed, dude. They are... At least when they have Scorpions against them. Look at that, it's just still going. Like nothing has happened. Not even scathed. Oh my goodness. These Scorpions are monsters. Yeah, again, I don't know why we're standing still. That was not part of the plan. Oh gee! Okay, we got one shot by a Scorpion. Let's see if we can still switch to another one. Yeah. The crew battle droid is from a previous one. I guess that they got stuck. Ooh. Okay, so now I am the driver. I have no control over the gunner, over the turrets. So all the shooting will be done by the AI. There have been comments saying if we could play, if I could add some multiplayer here, if I can have some friends maybe from the Looping Reel Gaming channel join me, I will do so in the future. For now, I am working on a whole bunch of videos at the same time, since I will go on a trip. See, this is what I'm talking about. The AI does not prioritize the tank that is shooting at us. Straight ahead, dude. Maybe actually the gunner's dead, but... Oh, whoa, that sent us flying. Let's see if we can... driver. Over here. Let's see. Looks like he's stuck in a building. You know, I really sometimes think it is time to announce Arma 4. I think Arma 3 by now is almost 6 years old. Oh god. Of course, the problem with if you have a new army is that you have to build up the whole modding community all the way from the bottom up again. Wait, is that a... No, that's not AT. That's broken! Alright, let's switch to one more and then let's call it... Oh, well, actually two, I guess. Oh, this guy didn't even get into the battle. I mean, I don't think the AATs were able to take down a single Scorpion. I mean, with the Lehman Russ episode, at least there, even though the Scorpions won, the Lehman Russ battle cannons gave them one hell of a fight. Again, if they had used more Lehman Russ battle tanks, the Scorpions would have been overrun. Jeez, what has happened here? But here, I can tell you, I think we have around 8, maybe 9 Scorpions facing, I think, close to like 30, maybe even more AATs. Well, at least a turret gunner fired at him. Oh, we survived that shot. No! And that was someone else. That was someone else. The display of power by the Scorpions was staggering. It was as if the ground here had become a graveyard for AAT wrecks. Smoke blackened the skies as the Scorpions all confirmed they were fine. This gave the UNSC hope, especially since the Scorpion was not even their strongest tank yet. But Palpatine was furious and refused to become a mockery. He wanted to devastate entire cities and ordered an attack on the bigger town not too far from the airfield. After the abysmal display of the Death Troopers, he wanted something that would impose more fear in the enemy's hearts, and he ordered his Titanius walkers to begin their approach on the city.